What's going on, everybody? Javanni Wright here. Today I'm going to be talking about the tone when you are dialing. So let's say you have the perfect script or you downloaded my script that you got. If you haven't got my script, it's free down the link below. Just fill the link out. It'll be delivered right to your email. So now let's say you have the right script. You got everything going. Okay. Now when you get people picking up the phone, you can't keep them on the phone. 9 times out of 10, it's not the script problem and it's not a lead problem. It's going to be your tone, especially when they answer the phone. So what you have to do is make sure your tone is right. And the best way I like to explain this is imagine you met me at an event, and at the event, you knew my name and you knew my phone number, okay? Then I left my jacket there. Imagine how you would call me in the beginning to get me to make sure I'm Javanni. You would say, "Hey, Javanni," but with a little bit of tone and question mark. So you're not saying, hey. What you want to do is because you want to seem like you know them. So you don't want to be like, "Hey, is this Javanni?" You want to be like, "Hey, Javanni." So it's a statement and a question at the same time. Sounds weird, but it's both at the same time. So it's like a question mark, ... is the best way to explain it. So on my script, you will see like a question mark and like 3 periods after that. That's because it's a tone. So, "Hey, Javanni. Hey, Javanni. This is Bob." You want to keep that mellow tone. And then once you hear them talk, they'll say, "Yeah, what do you want?" You want to match their tone along with the script. So if they're very uppity and high pitched and energetic, you don't also want to be too slow. You want to match their exact tone. So they're uppity. If they're talking a little bit faster and you're a fast talker like me, you can talk a little bit faster now and naturally. If they're really kind of older, talk really slow. "Hello, what do you want? What is this for again?" You want to be very slow. "Hey, Miss Mary, this is Javanni. I was just giving you a quick call back about the request you sent in for the life insurance programs." Something like that. So you want to make sure you're matching their tone all the way. And you want to make sure your tone in the beginning is very good. So what I like to say is kind of make it sound like you're just doing your job. You're at your office job. They just sent in a request for you to call them, and you're just calling them. The same way if you send in a request for car insurance and the broker who's going to shop around the car insurance is going to call you. Okay, you're just doing your job. Maybe it's been a long day. Maybe it's 3 o'clock and you're ready to clock out. In a way, you want to sound very mellow tone with it, so that way they stay on the phone longer with you. Typically, if you sound very high energetic, very high pitched, and very fast, they get you confused with a telemarketer or a sales rep because they feel like you're either selling something or you're a telemarketer trying to do whatever. Okay. You also don't want to get them confused with bill collectors. If you're selling final expense especially, or anybody really, bill collectors may be calling them and they may just hang up the phone when they answer it because they think you're a bill collector. So you want to sound like you know them because you kind of do, as they sent you all their information. First name, last name, date of birth, email, beneficiary if you have that, whatever else you have. You kind of already know this person and they sent a request in for life insurance. Whether they remember it or don't, they sent it in. So you need to sound like you know them and you're just confirming that it's them answering the phone. Another big piece of advice is if you're calling Mary, let's say Mary Evans, and a guy answers the phone, "Hello." Instead of saying, "Hey, Mary," just like Mary, you just say, "Hey, Mr. Evans? Is this Mr. Evans?" Something like that. "Yeah, what do you want?" "Hey, I was giving Mary a quick call back. Are you the spouse?" Something simple as that also will help you. A lot of agents will, if a guy answers the phone and calling a girl, will still say, "Hey, Mary." Obviously, if it's a guy, but let's not say, "Hey, Mary." It's most likely a female, especially if you have the gender on the lead. That's also a thing. So make sure you have that tone and you're matching the tone all the way through, and you don't sound too hyper, too energetic. This will get you a lot more people to stay on the phone because the first 5 to 10 seconds matters the most. And when you're doing that, all you are doing is buying back another 5 to 10 more seconds to keep them on the phone to get why you're calling them out. Then you need to buy another 5 to 10 more seconds. When dialing and with your tone, everything is just about gaining an extra 5 to 10 more seconds. So what you need to be doing is tracking right now where the people are hanging up at. The most common people are hanging up at. So if they're hanging up in the beginning of your script, 9 times out of 10, It is your tone, because you sound salesy, telemarketer, or they think you're a bill collector. And if it's happening all the time consistently, obviously you're doing something wrong. It's not the lead, okay? It's you. You're doing something wrong there, and you need to match that. So, or if they're hanging up in the middle of the script, you want to make sure your tone isn't getting too energetic because you're about to book the appointment, or because you're about to go into your sales pitch now. So maybe now you sound a little bit more energetic. Oh, okay, let's go, Miss Betty. You see something like that, they can hang up there because they feel like you're trying to sell them now. Maybe in the beginning they didn't, but now they do. So the beginning tone and all the way through the entire script or the pitch or whatever you're doing is very important, because it's going to keep them on the phone. Always remember, you're trying to buy back an extra 10 to 15 seconds. If you can buy back an extra 30 seconds, that's magical, okay? But really, it's 5 to 10 seconds per is what you are trying to buy back. So once you buy that back and you have a good tone, you keep them on the phone longer and you have more opportunities to actually book them.